Hey, this is Digital Dave with another cryptocurrency and blockchain update. This is a C4C update for the group only, private video. Haven't done a video like this in, maybe a month or so, last time I did one. So just want to let you guys know what's going on in the market and within the Patreon group, etc., etc. First things first is the post I did yesterday might have been a little bit controversial for some people. But I think it might have been taken out of context as well, or maybe not. But first of all, I did make it public that I said that Bitcoin should go to $30,000 in 2020, which it essentially did. It went to $30,000 January 2nd, 2021. So I think we can call that a hit. And I think I've said before that it was a voice. I just heard a voice, $30,000 Bitcoin. And sure enough, that came true. Now, maybe that freaks some people out. You know, I'm not a psychic, okay? So just don't get me wrong there. I'm not a psychic. I don't sleep underneath a triangle and have all these crystals and all these wind chimes floating around or whatever. So I'm just a regular guy who turned off the television a long time ago, who eats properly most of the time. I'm not perfect. And I practice meditation by doing things mindfully. I don't do formal meditations. There's nothing wrong with that. It works for a lot of people, probably most people. But I just do things mindfully. When I walk, I pay attention exactly at that moment that I'm walking from here to there, and I live in that moment. Doesn't matter what's going on in the group or all the emails I've got to answer or messages. I live in that moment. And to me, that's an amazing meditation. And that for me, it fine-tunes my intuition. Other things as well, but diet and tuning out that frequency of the television helps a lot. So definitely this is not a psychic group, and I'm not a psychic by any means. They're professional psychics that, are just, seem to be really tuned in to what's going on. Now, if you believe in it or not, that's totally okay. That's totally your choice. But I think it would be a mistake not to bring up certain subjects, because the way this society is now is, it is taboo to talk about religion. It's taboo to talk about spirituality. It's taboo to talk about psychics. It's taboo to talk about religion. It's taboo to talk about CNN is corrupt. It's taboo to talk about Fox News is corrupt. It's getting where just about everything is taboo. The old, I don't know if I can say it. It's a private video, but the old V word that rhymes with Maxine. Can't talk about that. Can't talk about masks. Can't talk about the pandemic. Can't talk about anything. So I think what the media is doing is they're conditioning us to make things to make things taboo, and make people afraid to talk about things, and make people scared to hear things. So I want you guys to just kind of keep an open mind on about anything. If you believe in psychics or not, that's totally okay. I'm totally okay if you believe it. Doesn't matter. But all it is just intuition. If you fine-tune your intuition, then that's essentially you're tapping into another source, sixth sense, all it is. And if you follow your gut, I say, my gut says I should go over here. I shouldn't go to this restaurant. I think it's my gut's telling me to go over here instead. This one might be too busy. And sure enough, it was too busy to go to. That's your gut. That's your sixth sense. All it is. All right. So there's that. I've probably made it pretty clear, like in my YouTube videos, that this is not an ordinary crypto group. This is not a TA group. This is not strictly a left brain group. TA, analytics, that's the left brain. Creativity, sixth sense, that is the right brain. What I try to do is I try to combine the two. And I think that's where we need to be, is we need to be in that balance. You don't want to be on this side all the time. You don't want to be on this side all the time. You want to kind of stay in between, and I'm trying my best to do that. So hope you guys understand what's going on with that. With Theta to get to $3,000, that's not my prediction. That was a prediction from Michelle White Dove. It's not mine. I'm just relaying it for information. I do think it could go to close to $1,000 though, sure. So that's kind of close to what she said. I do think it'll go close to $1,000, which is pretty exciting. I know a lot of people want to get rich tomorrow. Maybe you already are, but these things take time. Theta is still real early, and it's got a lot of room to grow. I think it's going to basically, it's going to do a lot of things. It's going to free humanity, allow us to speak freely with the Theta network. what's going to allow the gamers and people streaming videos and watching movies, live streams, whatever, 4K, even 8K television, virtual reality. It's going to be like a free flow of pipeline of information, and that's where Theta is going to come in. So I'm still bullish on it, still my top holding. I'm going to be talking with Kyle with Theta. I believe it's next week. We have our call coming up. We're going to be talking about NFTs, which stands for a non-fungible token. And you know, that's the next exciting thing. You know, there was the ICO boom, there's the DeFi boom, which is still alive. Now the NFT boom is going on now. We're still early on that. I know there's some other companies that or projects that people are talking about with NFTs. What I'm going to do is I'm going to focus on the Theta NFT projects, because once I get spread out and start covering everything, then all this information gets watered down. But I believe that if we stick with the Theta, see what's going on with their NFTs, I think we're going to do really well with that. You know, we can just hold the Theta token, we're going to benefit, or the T-Fuel token. T-Fuel, as posted that gpool.io will be having T-Fuel staking. They've hinted at it. They actually created that little chart about different tiers that you can join, different rewards that you can get. So you don't necessarily have to have a mining rig or a computer running all the time, relaying information, video streams or whatever. Some people want to do that, and I totally applaud anyone that wants to do that. It just takes, for me, I'm a perpetual traveler. I can't have this going all the time. But if you're staying at home, or if you have an office to go to or whatever, or if your office is in your home, that's even better. Run an EEN, an Elite Edge node. Run it yourself. That'd be great. You're helping with the network. If you don't want to do that or can't do that, then I encourage you to join the G Pool, and I'll have instructions and tutorials on how to do all that, or information about how to do that when available. It's a few months down the road. So it's coming though. So keep stacking those T-Fuels, keep stacking those Thetas. I think that Theta's is kind of like kind of in the background, in the shade a little bit compared to T-Fuel, with T-Fuel's recent gains. You know, it's been in a slumber for so long. But I have a feeling that Theta, there's something in the pipeline with just the Theta tokens themselves. Right now, the yield is only about 1% for the rewards. But I have a feeling there's something else going on that I think it's going to be really important to continue to have a lot of Theta. I'm currently at about 75-25%. That's the value of my Theta to my T-Fuel. 75-25 is where I'm at. All right, but T-Fuel has just been, right now, I mean, T-Fuel and Cardano, I've just been going crazy. Those are my purchases for the last couple days ago. I made some purchases of ADA and T-Fuel. And I just see big things going on with it. There's a lot of coins people are talking about on YouTube. Oh, this one's, it's a low cap gem, and you know, they talk about it and then it pops and people's made you know, 250% gains in 5 days. That's great, but that's what happens when you talk about a low cap, quote unquote, low cap gem. What I've said before in this group is about long-term generational wealth, just doing that gradual process. And even gradual, it's kind of funny. Cardano went up 31 times in a year, and people still think that's too slow. Not everybody. Some people, they want 31x in 2 weeks. But Cardano, I believe, is going to be around for the long term. I think it's going to flip Ethereum. It's about $10 billion away from going above Ethereum on market cap. It's chipping away. Cardano, at the time of this video, it's broken its previous all-time high of $1.30. I think it's $1.38 last time I looked, $1.35, something like that. And Cardano got to $1.30 at the very tail end of the last bull run. This is its full bull run ahead of it. And like I said, when I first did my Cardano video, the first Cardano video I did a year ago, it was 4 cents. So I was buying it at 4 cents and 5 cents and then 10 cents. And then went from 10 cents to $1 like so quickly. And a lot of people were surprised. I just knew it was gonna, because I remember when it was 10 cents, I said it still has a 13x to go just to reach its previous all-time high at 10 cents. And I said, like, this is a no-brainer. And you know, Cardano is really making people a lot of money right now. Is it too late to get into Cardano? I don't think it is. I think $6 to $10 for Cardano this year, 2021, is what we'll see for that. Let me just regress a little bit and say the reason how I come up with my price predictions is it's not just, you know, Psychic Dave. No, I'm not psychic. Okay. I use, I look at charts, I look at use case, I look at the community, I look at the developers, I look at the technology, and I also use my intuition about where I think the price is going to go. Okay. Those 5 or 6 factors right there is how I come up with these price predictions, with the exception of the Bitcoin $30,000. That came from another source. All the other price predictions I have come from these other factors. And I put them all in together, and then I say, okay, this is where I think the price is going to go. And then sometimes I'll even, if I think the price is going to go here, I might actually reduce it a little bit to be a little bit conservative and say, okay, I think it, I'll give you an example. Because originally in one of my videos, I said I think Cardano will go to $20 this year. And I was like, no, I think that's way, way aggressive. And I said, I trimmed it back. I said, no, I think let's be a little conservative and say it'll go to about $10. And I even trimmed it back a little bit more. Let's just say super conservatively, I believe Cardano is going to go to $6 this year. That is like ultra conservative. I don't know what I said earlier. Maybe I messed that up. Ultra conservative. But we should see a $10 bill for 88 this year. So you guys want like a quote unquote sure winner plus crypto that's got a lot of gains still ahead of it for this year alone. Go Cardano, go Theta, go T-Fuel, those 3. Of course, the others. Chainlink. Somebody said, talk about Chainlink. Sure. Chainlink is the most undervalued crypto in the top 10, in my opinion. And you hear this a lot. I believe it's been manipulated. I think the price is purposely suppressed because I think it's going to go a lot higher in the future. I'm not sure where Link is actually now. It's in the 30s. I think it's got a lot of room to go. Link's been pretty quiet. If you guys want to add some Link, if you don't have much Link, if you want to add some, might be a good time to get some because it's just been kind of neglected. All the attention right now is on Cardano. Speaking back to Cardano, 71% of all Cardano circulating is being staked currently. That's extremely, extremely bullish. We've got the Gogan launch. We've got the Mary hard fork coming up about 2 days from now. We've got Grayscale now looking at Cardano. We got Coinbase looking at Cardano. It's still not even on Coinbase. This is really exciting for Cardano. Once Cardano gets on Coinbase and Theta and possibly T-Fuel, but Theta and Zilliqa, once they get on Coinbase, we're gonna be dancing. I mean, we're gonna be dancing in the streets. There's gonna be a lot of happy people with all this wealth coming in. So just keep stacking these. I want to call them. I call them blue chips, but some people get turned off by that. They think blue chips is going to be like a 10% gain per year. Blue chip just to me means it's something really super solid and safe, yet still has high yields in front of it. That's what I call a blue chip. So blue chips are the Cardanos and the Chainlinks, and now I would say Zilliqa is probably getting close to like the blue chip area. Bitcoin Cash. Shoot, what else? We got Polkadot. Polkadot's a blue chip too. A lot of people are saying Polkadot should flip Ethereum before Cardano. Not a lot of people. I think I read one person that said that, and I'm like, well, that's maybe. This is why we hedge. This is why we hedge our bets. Will Polkadot actually flip Ethereum before Cardano? Maybe it will. I'm hedged. I do have more Cardano than Polkadot, but I do have Polkadot. This is why we hedge. We always want to hedge. Maybe Polkadot is going to be super undervalued even at $100 or $125. So have some Polkadot, and Polkadot staking is going to be on the Atomic wallet. They're looking into it, or they're building it. So just hang in on that. It's really complicated otherwise, but just hang in with doing your Polkadot staking. Probably in a couple of months it'll be available on the Atomic wallet, so just stay tuned for that, and I'll have updates on that, of course. Let's see. Yeah, another. You get back to I got notes all over the place. We get back to Cardano. It's looking so bullish right now because it's got higher highs. It's reaching higher highs, and the lows are higher lows, I should say. Well, that was a mouthful. Higher highs and higher lows. Super bullish for that one. So just keep stacking that. Now there could be a big sell-off with Cardano because it's been so amazing. The chart's been so amazing. There could be a big sell-off or a sell-off. A big sell-off could mean 10% drop. That's nothing really in crypto. Just be prepared that you might want to just cost average in with Cardano if you want to add more to your stack. Let's see, what else? XRP, SEC, that's going on. I believe that's going to be cleared with the SEC, maybe a settlement out of court, I'm not sure. I believe XRP is going to really take off after this gets that whole SEC nonsense behind them. And I think that XRP owners are going to be really happy. I'd say have at least 1 or 2, 5% holdings in XRP. It's currently 40 cents. I think we'll get close to about a $10 bill with that one too, maybe even higher with XRP. I don't really know. But yeah, I would say get some XRP. And I could be totally wrong in that prediction. Some people think hundreds of dollars for XRP. I'm not saying it's going to be $100. I'm just saying some people think here's the proof, here's the facts. This thing is going to be backed by gold, and it's going to be not parity one-to-one with gold price, but it's going to be backed by gold some fashion, which would equal not $1,800 XRP, but maybe a few $100 XRP. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying it's possible. Anything's possible in crypto world. XRP could go to 9 cents. Okay, that's possible too. So let me just cover both bases, be conservative, but I like to hedge with XRP. Okay, I mentioned Bitcoin Cash. I had in the Telegram group I posted, okay, so here in Thailand, I'm in northern Thailand in a city called Chiang Mai. And there's a group, there's a Bitcoin meetup group that's been going on for a good 6 years, maybe longer than that actually, maybe 8 years. Every week they've been hosting a Bitcoin meetup group, and it's a free group, and newbies come there. You know, when there's a bull market, they get really busy. When there's a bear market, last time I went there was still in the bear market, and there was like 6 people there. In a bull market, the whole room is full. There's probably 40 or maybe as much as 50 plus people in that room wanting to get on the Bitcoin or crypto bandwagon. Now, the guy that's been hosting these meetings, he's done a fantastic job, by the way. And I won't mention his name. It wouldn't be too hard to find this guy. He's worked really hard. Every week he's done these meetings, and I don't think he's getting any compensation. I could be wrong though. As far as I know, I think he's doing it just out of his passion. But he's kind of what he's doing. He's really teaching this group to be Bitcoin maxis, which really frightens me. Bitcoin maxi is just obviously somebody that just believes Bitcoin is about the only thing you should hold, or maybe 90%, and maybe throw a little 10% on some of these other cryptos, you know, just as a hedge. But and some of these people that come out of these groups, I mean, they get kind of weird about Bitcoin. Maybe it's just all the Bitcoin maxis, I'm not sure, but they get kind of weird. They're like evangelists for Bitcoin. I'm like, jeez. But this is still going on, and recently a chart was created about how Bitcoin, you know, is the king, it's the number one. Yeah, sure it is. It is the king of crypto right now. It is the most popular, sure. But some of the other comments on these other cryptos, including Bitcoin Cash, of course, were like pretty negative. And I'm like, God, the brainwashing's still going on. And I'm trying my best to unbrainwash people. And the Bitcoin Cash unbrainwashing is the most difficult one of all. But I'll tell you something interesting is that it's only one vendor that I know of in this city of Chiang Mai, which is the second largest city in Thailand. There's only one vendor that I know of that accepts Bitcoin. It's a cafe, and I don't know how they're going to accept. If the bill's $5, I don't know how they're going to get paid in Bitcoin. I think they're doing it just as kind of like a publicity. Realistically, they can't accept Bitcoin unless the bill's going to be $50. But in Bangkok, when there's not, there's actually pro-Bitcoin Cash meetings, not the BTC Maxi meetings in Bangkok. I know Bangkok's very big, but there are, I believe, 40 or 50 restaurants, coffee shops, etc., that accept Bitcoin Cash. So there's one, and I don't know how many Bitcoin people accept Bitcoin in Bangkok, but it can be many, especially if it's a cafe. How do you take? If you got the bill's $10, how are you going to take Bitcoin? So it's going to be like an $8 fee, or actually higher than that. I'm being conservative, it's going to be higher than that. It was just kind of, yeah, I was going to say funny. It's just kind of funny to see the adoption going on, you know, with about 50 vendors in Bangkok, as opposed to one vendor taking Bitcoin up here. And again, that's just publicity. So yeah, Bitcoin Cash is still yet to realize its potential. I still believe it's going to 5K plus this year. I'll stick by that. You know, these things pop when they're ready. I think Bitcoin Cash will pop when it's ready. All right, there's that. I know people still don't like BCH or XRP, and that's totally okay. That's totally okay. Okay, what else is going on? Okay. talked about before about silvers. If you want to, I say buy some physical silvers, bars, coins, rounds, or whatever. If you guys believe that the price has been suppressed for more than 100 years, which I do, when the price of silver gets realized without the manipulation of the shorts, the paper shorts, I believe it should be hundreds and hundreds of dollars. And buying silver is not just about, okay, I can buy it for $30 an ounce, we'll say that for clean math, and I can, 5x my money. It should be worth 150 when all this manipulation's going away, or actually maybe a lot higher. And people say, well, I could do that in crypto easy. But the whole point, one of the reasons about silver is actually it's kind of frees humanity as well. It's been money for a long time. I know we're not using it for money now, but the fact that the banks, they have found a reason, it is their best interest to keep the price down ridiculously cheap. And for me, it's just a matter of time, and I think it's going to pop. And I've been waiting for it to pop for 10 years, to be honest with you. So just be patient with silver. I'd say hedge a little bit. I'd say 5 to 10%. Wouldn't be a bad idea to go into precious metals, gold, but mostly silver if you can do that. I think that would be a good idea. You can store it easily. You can buy like a 1 kilo silver bar and stick it in your sock drawer. Okay, you don't have to get fancy with the safe and all that. If you have a lot of crypto, not a lot of crypto, if you have a lot of precious metals, yeah, consider getting a safe, bolting it down and hiding it really well. I think that would be a good idea. But if you're just going to buy like a kilo of silver, it's going to cost you about $1,000. You can stick it away somewhere and just forget about it. It's not that difficult to hide. Okay. All right, let's see what else is going on. Okay, and lastly, I want to talk about the group. You guys obviously are free to comment as much as you want, as long as it doesn't get to where people are attacking others or attacking me or trying to get in there to promote their group, saying one person went in there and maybe they probably came back with another email address, but one person came in there and said, oh, David's record's really horrible. I want you to join my group. Dave gets a C-. We're like, whatever. I'm like, no, that ain't gonna work. Out of here. I don't delete comments unless it's something like that. I've only deleted maybe 2 or 3 comments in 2.5 years since the Patreon's been alive. I don't delete comments. So sometimes these comments get deleted, and that's just a bug within the Patreon. Most likely I've never deleted your comment if it disappeared, unless you were just being a little bit unruly, which it doesn't happen very often though, and I appreciate you guys being not trying to take over the group or trying to be negative or whatever. But free and open speech, that's fine. If you don't like some of the cryptos I'll talk about, okay, that's cool. Just say I don't agree with Dave about this one. That's totally okay. But the positivity is always way outweighs the negativity by 99 to 1. And I do read not all the comments. It's impossible, but I do read a lot of the comments. People saying, appreciate Dave for your picks and helping us out, get out of debt, and paying for a wedding or whatever. I got a wedding invite this morning, I think, in Ireland. So thank you for that, and you know who you are. That's for next year. Okay, let's see. And another thing, finally, about the group is that some people say, no, we would like a Discord group or a Telegram group just for us. We can talk freely and in real time. And I understand that. It's just a matter of resources because it requires admins. It requires still me to look over it. And it's like somebody said, this C4C Patreon is essentially free. It's less than $19 a month. It's like free. And so just realize that, for that low cost, I know there's a major newsletter, I want to say the name, there's a major newsletter that everybody knows about that costs 10 times this, and they're getting the same or maybe less value, and they have no forum that I'm aware of, but there are groups that cost at least 10 times what I'm charging, and they're getting, maybe the same, maybe less, I'm not sure. So just realize that I think I try my best to offer as much value as I can, but I have my resources, my time resources is the most valuable thing. I've been here in Chiang Mai for 10 weeks and catching up with some friends, which is really important. Down on the island, I don't know too many people down there. So up here, it's good to reconnect with some friends I've had here for a long time. So that's important. It's important for my productivity and everything else. Yeah, we all need that. I think that's it. Let me look at my notes one last time. Oh, no, one more thing. Crypto wealth. A lot of people's already, they have more money, I think. Well, no, I've seen the messages. They've got more money now than they've ever had before, and they're very happy about that. What do you do with all the wealth? And we're just getting started in this bull market. What do you do with all this wealth? Well, you know, I wish I had tax advice for you, but I don't. You know, I can't really recommend a tax advisor. There's the crypto trader tax software, which I do recommend, but that's for Americans only. But that will be helpful if you've used exchanges to buy cryptos. That'll help you sort that out. So just look in the pinned post about information about that. I'm looking into second citizenship, second passport, and I'll be posting information about that when it becomes available, because if you're an American, and I don't know where you're from that's watching this, but if you're an American where you get taxed, and if we don't live in that country, we can still get taxed. There's a little bit of a tax break, $100,000 of income that you don't have to report or get taxed on. After that, you know, you're back into the old grind again. The USA is about the only country that does this ridiculousness. But a lot of people, you have to be an American citizen, are probably going to be looking at having a second citizenship, maybe denouncing their current one. I don't know, but at least for a tax advantage. So I will be talking about that when the information comes to me. I will write about it or talk about it, because it's important to a lot of people. We want to keep our wealth and not give half of it to the government. All right, that's it. This is DD. I will see you in the next video.